Greetings traders, it's Wednesday, January 16th, 2013. My name's Des here at Grok Trade. We're going to get into Apple right out of the gates here, but the S&P up a fraction. I mean, the markets are just mixed. You can check this out. Russell's down 0.26%, Nasdaq up 0.22%. Apple had a nice bullish day. And you'll see that banks were up a fraction. Volatility index drops almost a full percent, still below that 13, very low 13.4 area. Gold up a fraction, silver up 0.30, crude oil almost up a full percent, and you have US dollar up a fraction. And taking a look here at Apple, you'll see on the daily chart we have this falling wedge. Falling wedges can be, in fact, bullish. Yesterday we had a nice sell-off with volume, but today we had a gap up and a rally higher. Now, we had this line coming across here, this $509.84, 85 cents thereabouts. We found that as resistance, pulled back from that. The question is, can we bust up to that resistance point? Maybe, maybe not. We have the moving averages that will also act as resistance points or potential resistance points, but we have a big trend line coming down that should in fact act as a decent resistance point. But if we can bust out of that, that would be a really nice trend reversal, falling wedge, pop to the north side. If you look at a weekly chart, check this out. We were looking at this yesterday, and we were down, 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 down. I said, don't be surprised if we don't find support there and rally right back, giving us a hammer. And sure enough, that's what we have out of an area of resistance. Question is, can we pop through that? If so, we have a lot of upside potential for you Apple buyers out there. Taking a look at the S&P daily. Now, what should we expect in the markets here? And right before we do that, let's take a look here at eBay. eBay just broke out their earnings. Let's look at a 1-minute chart. And big movements here, but we're just basically at break even. So big movements, but basically at break even now. No significant move. Let's go to the S&P, back to the daily. Now here as a technician, let me speak to this. We have a drop, a pop, resistance, drop, resistance, drop, resistance, drop, resistance, we chop, and now we pop up to resistance, but now we're high basing at a resistance point, which could be nice and bullish. But if we do get a pop here, I see us getting just a little bit above 1480 and before we run into significant resistance. If we start to drop, I find major support right here at this big dark trend line, which puts us around 1466 and some change. But if we do drop below that, we do have an area right here which would put us around 1457 area, some support, and then after that it's a long way down to any significant support, you know, especially when you get past this swing. But that swing has already been pierced once, so I'm not sure how strong that would be. But that number is 1446 coming across. Taking a look here at gold. Now gold, this is daily chart. Got a lot of lines on here, I know, but we've dropped, drop, 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 drop. We pop, we drop, we start to pop here. Then we're at a resistance point with this trend line coming across, but we are past this trend line, which is really nice. We're above some moving averages, but we still have the 50-day moving average to contend with if it does start to go higher here. Looking at a weekly chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. I had this drop and run, but something that I'm seeing that I'll point out to all of you guys, if I were to do a Fibonacci retracement line here, you'll see that we found support at the 61.8 area. So because of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a couple lines. I'm going to bring in this line right here and this line right here, and with that we're looking at gold giving us a very nice bull flag. So this run that you have here, you can get about 80% of that run right here. So gold is actually setting up in a very nice way here that could turn out to be quite bullish, to say the least. So I would say as long as it can stay above the 100-day moving average, 100-week moving average, gold has a very bright future in front of it. Take a look at Google weekly. We have some problems here so far the week. We dropped, we popped, but we're dropping lower high, lower low for the week. So we're starting to make a descent heading down, and you'll see that we broke support on the daily chart on Google. So watch out for Google. thunder in the distance there. And Facebook on a daily chart has a beautiful bull pullback. Do not like yesterday's sell volume, but a lot of reward to risk ratio on any pop here. You could have a nice play. If you look at a weekly chart, we do have a higher high, higher low. If we can find support where we're at right now and rally higher, you could find some money here on the Facebook trade. The CPI came out today, and we're staying pat around the 1.7% mark, and saying that at this moment inflation is no major concerns with inflation at this moment. And hey, thanks for being a part of one of 155 countries, or users from 155 countries that come and watch our videos each day. We do sincerely appreciate that. We do have a mentorship coming up this weekend. Highly recommend for you to know more about that. Simply click the mentor button right here. Click that button and fill out the form, and then we'll do a courtesy phone call with you, and we call it an interview process. Interview call just to find out in fact we have a match, but you'll know everything you need to know about mentoring, so you'll never have to guess from this point forward. Anyway, hope you fill out the form. Looking forward to Carolina having a chat with you, and listen to the testimonial coming up here right now.
My name is Todd Muffley. I'm the owner of Fat Adam Internet Marketing. I've been in Carmel for 5 years and in trading for about 4. Before mentoring, my trading was erratic and losing. After mentoring, after going through the mentoring process, the biggest thing that I found was a system. And a system that basically said if you follow these rules and you do it religiously, then you will be successful. Mentoring benefits to me were having somebody that you could call on and talk to after the mentoring. I think is important because, you know, it's like going to college. When you go to college, it's great when you have the teacher in front of you, but afterwards, who do you call on when you need advice? So that was a big thing. The other part that I liked about mentoring in the process was that does go slow and methodical through the process, and so I never felt like I was being rushed into something that I didn't have complete comprehensive knowledge over before we went on to the next item. Of course I'd recommend them, and the biggest reason why is because just like you have a trading education that everybody wants to garner, I think it's important to have that in a formal platform. Instead of just going out and doing your own research and maybe reading a book here or there or following a strategy, it's, in my opinion, a good thing to have a comprehensive program which is tried and tested and true, rather than just, hey, you should follow this stock pattern and only trade it. If I was on the fence about it, I would just evaluate my past 50 trades and see how I did. And if I'm a rock star and I'm kicking butt, then maybe I would evaluate it a little bit more. But if my last 50 trades have been shaky, or the wild, wild west, I guess you could say, then I would definitely say it's something that you should look at. The other thing is, just don't believe these testimonials. Actually reach out to the mentors at Grok Trade and figure it out with them, to talk to people individually, so you can get a one-on-one representation from somebody who's been through it as well. So it's not just a quote-unquote salesperson telling you how good it is, but actually learn from the people who've been there.